That's right. It is Friday night. Do you know where your genitals are? That might be a topic of discussion today. I'm not sure yet, but this is the CrayolaSec harsh reality.
Too many days in the hospital. Asking such a question like that.
As I was trying to say, this is a CrayolaSec harsh reality with myself, Harshmed, the new guy, Mr. J. Foncannon, and our special guest, Julio Venegas, and as usual, Mr. Junior. We are all here tonight. It is Friday night, and I'm retarded. So I'm just going to put that out there, but it's okay.
All right.
It's all Jay's fault with his fucking lying and his background and shit.
All right. And for those who are wondering why Scott is talking about where your genitals are at, it's because he spent one too many days in the hospital in the past month. Anyhow, welcome to CSHR Fridays. And, of course, we got TPA Securities himself, Mr. J. Foncannon. We got Scott Senior and Junior on with us, or as Lion King fans would better know them as Timon and Pumbaa. And, of course, we got our special guest tonight, musician, singer, songwriter, Julio Venegas.
Okay.
How are you doing today? And we got a big show on Sunday, right?
We do, yes.
There's so much on the line, so much at stake.
It's a competition for the Homegrown Arts and Music Festival that's going to be hosted by Aaron Williams, who's the founder of the festival. And
that's pretty cool.
Pretty excited. Yeah.
That sounds like it's going to be fun.
Oh, they're good people. Aaron and Ashley Williams. They're very passionate about this event. And I remember Scott and I one day we were just joking about halfway joking about the fact, although it could be a possibility, who knows. That since we know some people in the middle of nowhere of Oklahoma that own like hundreds of acres of land.
No, it's
and
not
if we ever get the Joseph Homegrown to sign off on it, we'd have like the Dustin Davis Arts.
Hold on, it's not hundreds of acres, it's like hundreds of feet.
No, I'm not talking about those idiots. I'm talking about the people that actually like.
Okay. I'm just making sure. So you're not talking.
I'm not talking about like the unglorified version of white trash.
You're not talking about the like, beautiful palette gardens.
No, we're not talking. No, we're not talking about anything to do with palettes. Anyway,
sound like a cartoon character.
Succotash. Hey,
suffering succotash.
Anyway, we had this thought about having the Dustin Davis Homegrown Arts and Crafts and Music Festival, and of course would be like the Williams would probably be co-hosting that as well.
That would be kind of like a folk music festival. I don't know if I could stomach that for too long. I mean, my stomach's still. I'm
just saying, if we had the right host there, it'd be fine. You just have Dustin Davis like doing his damn like curtain.
Next up on the main stage, we got coming up here.
No, I'm good.
Hey, as long as Aaron and Ashley Williams have control of the festival, and people like Julio are playing. That's all that matters. So.
In a festival like that, people like Julio wouldn't be playing. That'd be like,
that. All right, I got to be honest here, and I got to choose my words carefully. I don't think I will be playing this year, and the reason why I said that is because I feel like I'm too new. And I was talking to Wesley the other day, earlier, or he put a question on the page, on the Half-Life Crisis page. What do they say? He prompted a question for the audience, for the group, and he said, he asked, how many bands have you been in? And everybody's like commenting all of these like double-digit numbers, and or more than one, which was embarrassingly enough the number that I've only been in one band, and that's recent as of the past year.
So what does that have to do with
that? That
is
nothing
scar
to do.
tissue.
Well, there's a lot of like
You could be in several bands over the years, but that don't matter because down here at the Homegrown Music Festival in Oklahoma, we get sponsored by the Justin Davis Boat Condo Emporium.
No, not Justin Davis. We're talking about...
It's sponsored by the goddamn Boat Emporium, goddamn it. Let me finish my commercial over here.
No, not that loser. No, we don't want that. We want Dustin, not Justin. Justin's a glorified simp. Who wants him around?
All right, well, fine then. Well, come on down here off of I-95 next door to the Buc-ee's to the Justin Davis Boat Condo Emporium.
Buy my honey. More
No, not him. He's gross.
Jesus Christ.
We wanted to talk about Sunday, and this is what happens.
Were you playing a banjo while you were talking?
It happens at times. I don't know what's going on over here.
Those are like
I have like radio equipment coming out of my nose over here. I can do like background music.
Yeah. It's that DJ equipment stuff, the one that prompts all the different sounds. I have a mini one that I've still yet to like learn how to use.
Now this is
the whole technology thing.
This one here is set up for terrestrial radio. So
terrestrial?
It's from planet Mars.
No, terrestrial radio meaning FM radio, you jack nugget. FM radio.
You're able to connect with like unidentified flying objects.
No, not UFO radio.
Yes, everyone, ladies and gentlemen,
E.T.
What? I run extraterrestrial radio here, and I talk to different planets.
Like the Jetsons or some shit. No, it's for FM radio.
Gotcha.
That's basically what terrestrial radio means. FM. Like radio stations and shit.
Hold on.
What did I do? What are we holding on to? What happened?
Drugs. Absolute wonderful drugs. Believe it, folks.
Is it you?
That's Donald Trump.
Wait,
I can't see that.
You should.
Wonderful.
Is that you?
Join the
E.T. phone home.
intermission.
E.T. phone home.
They say incoming transmission.
Incoming transmission. We got to be careful because you say transmission too loud, people might be confused. Might confuse it with like Bud Light or something. So we got to be careful with stuff like that. You know, trainings on cans.
Band of genius.
I don't want to like
you're gonna make
this,
me cue some of those up, aren't
talk show or anything, but I do gotta ask this, and you can cut me off. It's not too far fetched. What's coming with like the whole AI and the generated, computer? I mean, videos we won't really know a video is legit because of all the, what do they call it? Graphics, imaging, and re-imaging. So, like what Scott had, or what's the People's Armor? Is that Jay?
Yeah, that's Jay.
Okay, like the ET thing that he had, like I mean, I don't know if you guys have already seen the videos that are out there, like in the social media world, where people are creating their own videos, and sometimes it's hard to tell if it's an actual person or if it's all just like technology created.
I mean, I tell people I'm an AI all the time, and you'd be surprised how many people actually believe that.
No, I mean, you kind of brag about that. But the point being is, deep fakes have been a thing for a while, but it's just weird when like random people can start using it instead of, the powers
Bud
that be.
Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Giant Foam Finger Maker.
Mr. Giant Foam Finger Maker.
Without you, our teams would be in 6th or 7th place and feel as if they were in 6th or 7th place.
Can you feel it?
Carefully, you craft uncanny representations of actual human hands so that we may wave them annoyingly in the faces of our rivals.
In your face.
They're enormous, yes, yet one size fits all. Brilliant.
Raise them to the sky now.
So crack open a nice cold Bud Light, Mr. Foam Finger Maker. And know we speak for sports fans everywhere when we say, no, you're number one.
Giant foam finger maker.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
That's so nostalgic. That commercial is so nostalgic, man.
Oh, I have thousands of weird shit like that.
It's actually real gay men of genius.
No.
No.
Hey, look, that's the only credit to my goddamn name. Don't fuck it up for me, okay? Jesus. It's like the only thing that I have accomplished as far as commercial shit, and he's like, you're gay. You asshole. Just that was before the marketing department went straight retard, okay?
Scott's like, here, let me slap you.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. That was before they had their issues with their marketing department and putting transmissions on cans.
Oh man,
that was the good old days when Budweiser was about mid.
Can you play it again?
Hold on.
I like to hear the guy who backs him up, who sings like the backup harmony and like restates. Yeah.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Oh wait, hold on.
Real Men.
Today we salute you,
There you go.
Mr. Way Too Much Cologne Wearer.
Mr. Way Too Much Cologne wearer.
Like a bullhorn, your cologne announces your every arrival 4 blocks before you get there.
Here he comes now.
Here a splish, there a splash, everywhere a splish splash. You don't stop till every square inch of manhood is covered.
Everywhere a splish splash.
Overslept and haven't got time to shower? Not to worry. You've got 4 gallons of cologne and a plan. So crack open a nice cold Bud Light, Mr. Way Too Much Cologne Wearer, because we think we smell a winner.
Mr. Way Too Much Cologne wearer.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's funny because it's true. I'm guilty, man. My grandpa and dad got me on the whole cologne thing, so now it's like.
No, you know what happens is what it is these people like they put on like a certain amount of cologne, and then after a while they don't smell it anymore, so they put on more, and then they don't smell that anymore, so they put on more. But by the time they finish doing that, they smell like a freaking cologne factory, and it's like, holy shit, dude, calm the fuck down, man.
Hey, hold on.
Abercrombie just walked in.
What's even better is the Mayhem commercials.
yeah.
Let's see. I might be able to cue some of those up. I'm not in none of those, so those are hard to find.
You know what's the thing about the people who wear too much cologne, though? Not you per se or anyone on this panel. Is like a lot of times they'll wear that as compensation for not taking a bath, not taking a shower, and then they'll put on more and more just so no one feels it.
Those are the ones you got to watch out for.
Right. I remember one time I knew
Okay,
went to
the
high
one that
school with
says-
this guy.
Here you go.
He would wear so much tag.
His name is Harsh.
No, I'm actually too hygienic for.
That's way too much
Anyway.
cologne. Way too much cologne.
No, anyway, this fat fuck, this big Caucasian fat fuck would wear so much tag. He would just wear so much tag body spray. He instead of like taking a shower, cleaning up or whatever, he just wears so much tag. He's still like just body odor and fucking tag. It was terrible.
And tag. Jesus Christ. Here you go, Jay.
Tag body spray was horrible. You know, Jay, considering you haven't considering you went like, wait a second. And Jay, you're the one who went like 3 days without taking a shower. What are you talking about?
I take a shower every day.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. It's totally you're talking about.
No, that's even.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. See, now you're laughing.
I pressed the wrong
I
button.
got you.
My bad.
Those commercials would come on during like shows like when you'd be watching the Man Show or Adult Swim or like, I mean, really anything in cable. But fuck, man, that's nostalgic. Fuck.
Did you find the right one?
No, that's just, I don't know. One of my players is just doing whatever it feels like doing right now. Yeah, that's a great song to play, though.
When I'm on the mic, it's like murder. Yeah. What's that to Africa? Take only
All right, that's enough of that.
Like, here's this one.
I'm a raccoon. And this time in your attic has been the best week of my raccoon life. I'm thinking, I'm nesting in this fluffy stuff. I've already had like 4 babies. I'm the smartest raccoon I know. And if you got your home insurance where you got your 15-minute car insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. With Allstate, you can save money and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
dollar for dollar.
I love those commercials.
I put banjo music to the background of it while it was playing.
That's right. Come on down once, and then there's the other one where it's a teenage chick.
In the parking lot. Yeah, I've seen that one before. Let's not play. Okay, these people don't pay us for these commercials. I'm not playing any more of their shit on my show. Fuck 'em.
I'm a teenage girl.
Stop it! I'm gonna mute you.
Becky texts and says she's kissed Johnny.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Johnny.
He's doing it anyway.
I'm emotionally compromised.
Allstate, I swear to God, if I don't get a check for free advertisement, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
And if you've got cut rate insurance, you can be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate. You can save money.
Okay, I'm done.
Allstate, if I don't get a check for like free advertisement, I'm gonna be mad as fuck. That goes for you too, Anheuser-Busch.
I will send you a check personally myself for him.
You hear me, Anheuser-Busch? I want to check for the Real Men of Genius commercials that I've been playing, even though you already paid me.
Allstate owes us a check.
Even though I was paid once for them, I want double payment, goddammit, for replaying them. My feelings are hurt because you put a transmission on a damn beer can. Do you not get that? We got to watch what we say, man. I don't want to get banned, okay?
He doesn't want to get banned.
I didn't want to get a 30-day ban there.
You hear that, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg? Huh?
What do people get banned for?
I have no idea. It's
all
random.
sorts of things.
There was one night.
Yeah.
There was one night we were talking about the Ukraine war, and we kept getting like knocked off the air. That was a weird one.
Yeah.
Whoa. So are there like monitoring ninjas? Fucking English is my second language.
Monitoring.
That's probably why I shouldn't be playing the festival. Also,
I am the monitor.
Well, that's a great way to market yourself, Julio. That's a great way.
But you go up there speaking a different language and then start singing in English and really fuck everyone up. What language is your first language?
It never fails. Sometimes, like I'm really, it blows my mind. Like I know how to speak. Enough English to get by, but like,
no, I'm sorry. It's just funny the way you said that. It blows my mind. I know how to talk. I mean, Jesus Christ, with this.
Yeah, I mean, if you couldn't talk, you wouldn't be on this show.
It takes me a while. I feel like I really need to like. It's being in public and the pressure of being in public that it throws off your thinking pattern. Then when you're by yourself or when you're in a less public place.
Well, on this panel, your thought process will be thrown off even more. So
yeah, because I don't think any of us have like a normal thought pattern.
Hold on. Let's see.
We're easily influenced and kind of like go all over the place.
Arsh is like, he's like, I'm the real Morpheus.
Would you like the blue?
Well, I had those glasses on today.
Robert Walker says thus far,
man of genius.
Yeah, Robert Walker says thus far your English is impeccable, sir. And I don't know what his first language is. I thought it was English. I don't even hear an accent.
Harsh?
No, you. You said English is your second language.
Spanish.
Konnichiwa?
My first language.
No, not Konnichiwa. Does he look Japanese to you, you weirdo?
Oh my God.
Don't do that. We'll get a ban for that for sure.
Oh, mix it up a little bit, you know what I mean?
Oh, see this.
Jay goes konnichiwa. Yeah, that
konnichiwa.
It's like going in a Mexican restaurant and trying to order in Russian.
Mi amigo. ¿Cómo está?
La cosa de hablar en público es que muchas de las veces no sabes que la gente va a percibir de una manera completamente diferente de lo que tú estás pensando. Y ahí es donde ahí es donde te chingaste.
Yeah, what he said.
So you just said the same thing in English you said in Spanish about too much pressure.
He said,
the crowd, and you don't know how to deal with that.
Oh, man.
Sometimes when you speak or in communication with people, the perception changes in the exchange of words because of people have just like a different, I guess, beliefs or backstory on the things that you're talking about, and lost in translation. That happens to me a lot, which is one of the reasons why I don't like to go out much or conversate like too much.
Well, if you're gonna be in this industry, you're gonna have to learn that. Otherwise, I mean, right now all I can say is "Estás pensado demasiado." So,
man. And I don't know what none of that is. So
that is very true, Harsh. Like, and I'm thinking he said I'm an overthinker, and you have no idea how many times I've heard that. Like. And from people, definitely my whole life I've been trying to like deal with it.
No, I've got to call him out for that because that is definitely not true. Harsh is like the furthest thing from an overthinker.
Right. Well, why do you think I have to? Why do you think I'm like drinking or smoking weed half the time to tolerate people like Scott? If I was like sober all the time,
Harsh's middle name is like spontaneity.
And I'm like, am I sure I made the right decision with this?
Yeah. Harsh's main thing is that he's like spontaneity. He'll go out and go, God, did I actually do this? Yes, you did, Harsh.
That's happened a few times.
Overthinker. Yeah, no.
I didn't even realize he smoked weed. I quit just so I can have a better job and better paying.
I'm on that boat right now, man.
I'll support it to make it legalized everywhere, so that way people can still get their medication, for this and that. But
it definitely works.
I won't smoke it.
It definitely works. I will say that because I've had to kind of rely on it here lately to be able to eat.
Exactly. See, you're using it as a medication.
Oh well, I use it for other things too, but yeah, as a medication as well.
Yeah. The one thing I've noticed is like I remember when I first started doing live streams, I get nervous about the video. Oh my God, what if people are watching? Then I tell myself, what are you upset? What are you worried about? Nobody's watching this damn page anyway, so you're fine.
No, I mean,
I'm Indonesian and Chinese. That's a tongue. I go and speak.
See, if we get a ban, it's going to be Jay's fault.
It's perfect.
Yeah, this is Jay's. Jay's probably got all these like bots are on, all trolling the pages. They're gonna get a ban.
I don't control that. Man. I only got like 4 or 5, and that's only for baiting for scammers and hackers and all that. Just so you guys could still be in business.
In business.
Hey man,
for your service.
I made Pedro run away from me. Okay,
Pedro. That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Fucker.
Yeah, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
I'd rather
I made him run.
You would know.
He got terrified of me and ran.
I like what you said, Harsh. That when it comes down to it, people don't really fucking care.
They don't.
That's why, because everybody's in their heads. They live in their heads, in their own world.
Or their phone.
Or their phone.
Exactly. They're on their phone or they're in their world without their. Either way, they're in their own world. And a few minutes later, they'll be like, "Oh, that was nice," or "Oh, that was terrible," and then forget it ever happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless it's like that fucking.
Or they even understand the whole thing you didn't say. You just said, and be like, "Sorry, what was that?"
No, I told him in Spanish. You're overthinking it. That's all.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about like
senor.
Just not caring about what people think. Like when you finally get to that threshold. Fuck, man, it's liberating,
Yeah.
But it took going to the open mics.
Yeah.
And like just laying it all out on the line, you know. And I'm coming. Yeah. What were you gonna say? What were you saying?
And that's what you should do on Sunday.
Yeah. Now from the time that it comes from now until then, from when I found out about that event, it's the thinking that has gotten me in a very I guess I can't stop. I can't turn it off. And I have to use medical marijuana to be able to turn it off. And it has gotten, how do I explain this?
Gotten a bit paranoid.
The lines have been blurred as for my way of using it, because sometimes I use it for medicinal reasons, and then sometimes I use it just because the overthinking. But then when I use it, I don't have like the rationality of logical thinking when I have when I'm sober. So
I mean, all I can say
am I making sense right now? I feel like I'm just
you are
okay. Okay, so like with me, when I first before I stopped smoking it and everything, get some with CBD in it, right? Because I got hit in the head by a beam that was like from 15 feet high, somewhere around there.
And
almost
Tony
killed me,
was the one
but
that
I
hit you with it.
survived.
Yeah, well, I was wondering what happened to him. I get it.
Nice try, Harsh. But anyway, so I would take CBD because it helps where my brain is able to function a lot better than normal. Because since it hit me here on the right side of my head, and thankfully it did, because if it's hit me in the middle, it would kill me. But anyways, so it helps my brain function a lot better to where I'm able to think a lot better and was able to be a lot smarter on things and think of things that I wasn't able to think of without smoking it. But sadly, like, I mean, I'm working on a job where I cannot smoke it. So, you know, I'd rather keep my job than smoking it. So, and then if I get a significant other that's against it, you know what I mean, I'm gonna support it, you know. But I'm not gonna sit there and smoke it to where she gets upset with me, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I know people out there in like Texas and all that completely support it and try to legalize it out there. I used to help them out. They could verify that if they looked at this live stream on here on Facebook and they comment in there in the section, then they'll tell you that I was out there helping them out with legalizing that. And I tried to in Alabama for a little bit, and same with Minnesota, but Minnesota was more on the low end because I've been busy dealing with trafficking and investigating and trafficking out there and all that.
So. Right. So that is but even if you remove the whole substance abuse aspect of this, all I could tell you as someone who has had like crucial moments in my life like that, all you can really do is keep preparing and keep like doing things to take things off your mind and keep preparing for the moment. And then after that, you're just going to be too exhausted to even notice.
Right.
You know, it's like, honestly, if I were you after this show is over, maybe just, you know, practice a bit until you go to practice a few more sets until you go to sleep or something. And that way you'll be less stressed out about it and do it again on Saturday. And then Sunday, well, when it's showtime, it's showtime.
Yeah,
I think you're gonna.
There comes like a time where you have to just let it go, you know, and just like the thinking, and then just let whatever will happen, you know.
Right.
That's another thing. Like time and time again, I've tried to imagine the outcome, and when it comes down to it, or work towards creating a specific outcome, and when it comes down to it, life has a completely different way of rearranging and arranging. And it's just but it gets me every time, man, where I still think I'm in control, and then the day of comes, and I'm just walking out of there like, why did I even put all that mental exhaustion or stress over in the first place, you know?
Well, all I can do is control what you can control, and everything else goes, you know, to whatever. So I mean, like I said, after the show, you know, it might be time to play some sets. And then if you want to, like, you know, then do it all over again, I suppose. I mean, there's really nothing else to say at this point outside of just try to get it all out of your system, get the nerves out of your system. So when Sunday comes around, when you do have the butterflies in your stomach, you'll actually be looking forward to it. So
Yeah, that's true. After O'Neill's, there's I'm gonna be going to Jam BQ. Most likely, I got invited to by musician JD, Uncle Jack, they call him. Big shout out to him because he's hosting a barbecue. It starts at 2:00. I'll give the details later if anybody wants to join or be a part of it. But there's an open jam there at the barbecue.
okay, is this JD Kostick hosting it or some other guy?
Yeah, JD. Yeah, I think you're right, JD.
Okay, yeah, I could definitely bring a few gift bags to that event if it's him.
One especially for me.
Well, what, more crayons?
Crayons?
Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need more. You need more things to color the walls of the hotel room.
Yeah, give me some crayons and I'll just start chewing on them like a Marine Corps.
You hate staying with Tony that much, dude, don't you? You're just like, I'd rather chew crayons than acknowledge his existence.
Amigo.
Jay, you were in the service?
No, I almost went in the Marine Corps. I decided not to because the fact that in about 2019 we were on edge of going to war with North Korea and Russia. I had two buddies of mine. We both sat down and we're like, well, if we go to North Korea, we'll survive for like this amount of time, but then we're gonna eventually die. Now, if we went to Russia, now from what we've heard about Russia around then, we would definitely die. But now, since like we're at war with Russia right now, it makes me regret, and I should have went into the military like when I did. But you know what? I decided to stay here at home, and if we get invaded here, I got all I need.
You know, the military, I always think about this. And I'm not, this is the only thing I want to say about it, because I don't like to get into politics and stuff. I'm not one of those guys. The values, the morals, the ethics, the virtues,
the harsh realities,
they're not there anymore, man.
No.
If we look deeper in the agenda, the political agenda, and I don't know how true this is because I haven't dug as deep as I.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir on this one, but
it's so it like it makes you feel disheartened. It's overwhelming. Just like fuck, man.
Yeah. And if you really want to think about it,
air. Come on, man.
And if you really want to think about it, it's been like that for the last few centuries. We just never thought of it like that. We had it always under the false impression of honor and validate and all this other stuff. In reality, when you really dig deep into most of these wars they wage, and you're like, this is gross. This is fucked up. They're not the good guys here. There's no good guys in these situations. So it sucked.
And that's where
I think you made a good decision, Jay, in these times, man.
Yeah.
Somebody. Oh man, I went to the movie theater here in my hometown where I grew up, and a youngin and a kid. I know he was like probably like in high school, and he asked me what I thought about the military, and I gave him the same answer. I'm like, do your research first before. Now, the discipline that they teach you and the customs and courtesies and the respect and that I believe in, that I do. I think it would be good for somebody to learn, to be a better human being, a more just a better equipped, human being. But it's the political agenda, man, that
it is.
And then those kids, and I mean, a lot of innocent people have gone out there and given the ultimate sacrifice, and some have came back.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know where I'm going. So yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we've had people on the show who were in the military, who used to be in the military, that would say a lot of the things that are very similar to what you're saying, what you and I are saying right now. because they'll tell you, yeah, they're glad they had the discipline instilled in them and it's a set of direction, but they just can't stand the military industrial complex as it is right now. That's shout out to Terrence Daniels and David Strider. So next Friday, if we are going to talk about making about the news again, hopefully they're on.
And I want to take it a step further, man. What's even crazier and harder is like when you get out and then you're in this world that people don't know of these things, discipline and respect and like hard work ethic and it's hard to live in a world like that. It's frustrating, but you can't just like try to teach somebody your years of military experience in one day in one conversation. So I think that's why a lot of veterans get they go to those dark places because it's hard to live in a world where there's no structure, there's no But I don't know.
That's very true from what I've noticed as well. I mean, 22 a day is not just some catchphrase. It's terrible, and it doesn't help that this country treats its troops the way, well, to paraphrase to quote an old comedian, Michael Vick, treats his dogs.
Oh yeah, like let's put it back in like what was it? Vietnam times. They were calling our military veterans baby killers.
Yeah.
Like the fucking kids had fucking guns in their hand. What do you expect? For us to fucking die and take the bullet from a kid?
Hey, Ars,
the
check
perception
is
distorted. It's lost in translation.
It is.
And what's viewed
check your
and
DMs.
the reality.
Harsh, check your DMs.
That's why I have a hard time living in this world. This is why I have a hard time staying sober every day, because it's a matter, it never fails. I go out into the world, I run into people like that. And I can't fix the whole world, man. Believe me, I've tried.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir here too.
You know, what do they say about like you can carry one person on your back. You can't carry 2 or 3.
No.
I mean, you can try, but see how far you'll get,
Yeah, you're FYI, you're talking to a guy who actually felt like he could save the world through politics at one point, and you're talking to a guy with a lot of these leftist movements who travel all over the country for politicians to get, hey, you know what, if they get elected, we can save this country. And that's just not true. And you're also talking to a guy who went to Flint, Michigan twice to donate water. So I'm telling you, in these situations, it's just like you have this thought that you're there, you can make a difference and all that. And while it was a beautiful moment, while we were able to make a difference, it wasn't long term.
Yeah.
They were still suffering. We were just able to get some relief for them for a few hours, a few days. It was never, but we didn't get this, rat bastard to cause a scene. We weren't able to implement something where we could overturn like a decade worth of damage to those children and and their parents and their no, we were never able to do any of that. We were able to help the cause for the time being, but it wasn't permanent. There wasn't anything else, and I got to that same level of frustration with people. When you're trying to save it, or you're trying to do these great things, you're trying to get people awake, and you're trying to do all these things. The next thing you know, you're like, why are there so many people who just talk a good game and not back it up? It's just irritating. It just pisses me off to the point where you're like, maybe some of these people should just kill themselves out of their own humility. It's like you're not helping the cause. You're just virtue signaling, and you're just annoying. What is the purpose? And I never realized that until we were in Flint, Michigan. Like this, like 2019, and all these dumbass motherfuckers would just go on this bullshit about how they wanted Bernie Sanders to run in 2020, donate their time and their money for him. But then when you'd ask people about Flint, when we'd ask, hey, would you want to donate your time or your money to help the cause? They're like, oh, no, sorry, we can't do it. We're unavailable. And it's like, what the fuck? You either care about people or you don't. You either care about the issues, causes, and policies, or you don't. There's no half-assing and half-stepping that shit. And that's what pisses me off. And that's why I'm very jaded about people now. That's why I'm kind of like, look, you know what? If the NWO wants to just genocide half the population, at this point, I'd have a hard time being upset about it because I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of the nonsense. If you want to make a difference, make a difference. Don't sit there and do live streams about how you want to save the children and not even be willing to be in the lives of your own children and grandchildren. Don't do live streams about how you want to save the children and not even be willing to dox a fucking pedophile. It's a joke. And I'm tired of that shit. And it was supposed to be like a Friday show. We're supposed to just have fun and whatever, but like, I'm just tired of the nonsense. Why do you think, people like Scott and I are just pissed off at everybody? We just don't care. I don't care about these idiots anymore. It's like, look, we tried our best. It didn't work. I don't know. So all the things you're dealing with, I've dealt with then and there and back. That's, I cut my hair real short so nobody notices the few grays I have. And it's because of these idiots. So
Check this out.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You're like 15 years younger than me and you got more grays.
Yeah, man. I think about this every day and I can't stop. And everybody tells me, and they tell me what I know. You need to stop thinking. I feel so bad because like I become like an egocentric asshole at that moment, like
Yeah.
And I can't help but think of that meme, where that the Simpsons character when he says, "Hey, why don't you?" He shares his problem. "Hey, why don't you just stop thinking?" And he's like, "This. Oh, why didn't I think of that?" Like, but when it comes down to it, it's a lot more challenging than easier said than done. One of those things,
Right.
like the only way I can think of like stopping my mind from thinking is you guys know the answer to that, and I don't have
exactly.
But see, there's this moral obligation, which for me, and I don't want to get too woo-woo, but I just feel it, man. I feel call it like it's a spiritual premonition or whatever, what have you, but something talks to me, man, and it tells me where to go and who to talk to and what to do, and it's 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 just a lot, and I'm just doing my best to manage it, before.
I mean, the only thing I've realized is that in all this is all I can do is just help out as many people as possible. And
Yeah.
whatever the hell happens, happens. You really can't, put the S on your chest and the cape around your vest and expect to save the world. Like, no, you just got to do what you got to do. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Right. Let's get back
and you
to
know
the
what?
main subject here.
And you know what? I think you draw a lot of inspiration for like music and art based on these issues as well, because people really do need them. And I'm not talking about I love Daryl, but a lot of his music is based on issues that mattered 30 years ago, not today. Like, same things that are happening now,
Mhm.
Actually, no, I take that back. He actually had a few good songs about the issues today. Like one
Who's
of his
that?
songs about the tire Daryl Carpetaloman. He
Oh,
performs it.
yeah. I'm a big fan of his,
Yeah.
his
Yeah, he was in
ways
Flint,
that
Michigan with me in 2019. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
he
nice.
actually we actually stayed at my cousin's at our cousin's place so we could donate water to Flint, Michigan. So it was a fun time, and God, I got so many stories about him. I
Welcome
remember
to
one time
storytelling.
I tell this to Terrence Daniels because Terrence, I think you know of Jay, Terrence Daniels and David Strider. Because Terrence Daniels was there with Joe Roberts, and we're just chilling there. Like we finished our route. We finished. Like, he was there with our route, dropping off water to all the homes because we were doing the delivery service. Because for some reason, all the rich, all the celebrities who claim to care about Flint don't feel like doing that. So we did that, and we're delivering water to these people. And then once the day ends, Daryl, it is like usual self. So he buys himself a 6-pack of beer. I buy myself some, Red's Apple. So we go back to that place. We're back to the motel where everyone is supposed to meet up at, and we're just chilling, having a few blunts or whatever. Then all of a sudden, Daryl and Terrence Daniels are playing guitar with each other. And Terrence passes the fuck out right away. Joe's mad. Joe's like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" Passes that like that. Like, don't get me wrong, he went hard, but he passed out, and
Yeah.
it's just the funniest thing. And then when he wakes up, he comes back into the car like, "Hey, did I forget Yola's guitar?" And I'm like, "No, you didn't forget that." He would have forgot, like, either time, he would have forgotten his pants, but he would not have forgotten the guitar. But no, he's yeah. But anyway, to wrap that up, he had a song called "The Tyrants." When we let the tyrants lead,
Yeah.
we're no better than the tyrants. Like that's a good song, and I think
That song is deep, man.
it is.
That song, and this is why I'm a big fan of Daryl because he has
Right.
this ability to take what you said, the truth of the world, of
Right.
what's going on in this current world, in the current times, and putting it in few simple sentences that you
Right.
can digest and also just see it from his perspective, which is really the truth that I think a lot of people feel is a perspective that's actually taking place right now in reality.
Yes.
And it's yeah, and this is why I'm a big fan of local artists and local music, the local community, because those are the people that really have the message, for this new generation, for the times right now that we're in, that needs to be heard, and the tyrant becomes, or it's people like, I guess, people like, I don't know if I can say this, if I can speak on your guys' behalf, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's people like us that are just so oppressed to the point where we become the tyrants, and yeah, man, somebody's gonna go out there, and then I know it's just a matter of time before somebody goes out there and really just like takes that thumb of oppression off of us. Probably twist that guy's fucking arm behind their back and then submiss him into like justice, right? Because isn't that kind of how history goes?
I mean, at some point, you would think that. What? I don't know, but all I know is that because the thing I know is like controlled opposition is such a it's like the biggest pain in the ass I've ever seen in my entire life. To where so many beautiful moments and beautiful beautiful events and rallies or whatever get co-opted by these assholes, and then it just makes everything a 180. And I'd like to believe that one day people do rise up and start killing off all these sons of bitch, all these fucking disgusting, tyrannical pedophiles. But it's like, at some point it has to happen, right? I mean, fuck. But I don't know. And then when you tell people that, I'm so tired of this because when I did help, I kind of wish these idiots ought to die if they're not going to be about the cause that they believe in. Then they say you're an asshole for saying, "Well, I don't wish a suicide on that. That's not my message." It's like, well, that's great, but you haven't helped the cause,
right?
I mean, in that case, I do kind of feel like Michael Jordan in The Last Dance at the Bulls practice is just yelling at people. That's what some of my live stream needs to be about. Like, you stupid idiots! What the matter with you? These people are fucking pedophiles, and you're defending them. You morons! These fucking retards are the reason we're in this position. And you want to kiss their ass? You you want to support this fat ugly rapist? Go kill yourself. It's good, but I mean, that's just what it is. It's like that's kind of why I like to say on my live streams. People are. Yeah, they got to practice what you preach, or there's no point,
Yeah. I think, I know I'm going to be doing this music thing for as long as God's willing to let me do it. And the direction I want to take it is ideally, and I want to end up in the same, if possible, the same realm of like bands like Rage Against the Machine. Rocha, that guy, man, he's a Daryl, like just speaking the truth. And
they got one more funny story about Daryl. I remember one time we were at the Fremont Bar and Grill, and he's performing his bad Kurt Cabal's performing there. And so what ends up happening is like while they're in between sets, he's talking about, hey man, let's all do drugs and kill people.
Jeez.
And he said some random off the wall shit on the spot.
That was right. And then he kept saying things like, for those of you who want to kill yourself, call 588-2300 Empire. Call 588, and he kept saying it to where the manager of the place goes up to them. I was like, look, I appreciate you guys. You can even sing a song, but you guys got to get off stage. Too much. You gotta get off stage. Never stage.
Oh my god!
The way the guy said it though, like with disappointment but understanding. You know?
He's like, you guys can definitely make a song about this. It's like 588-2300.
What I enjoy about those moments, and this is this is a call to action to the local community, man. Like, if you guys want to have like a really good time and witness that stuff, like, come out to open mics like Corridor Kitchen, O'Neill's, Brower House, Tierra, and yeah, and I love it when he said that stuff, and then you look at the crowd to see if you can catch the reaction,
right?
Because some people go left wing or right wing with it,
Like, oh yeah, he's a hardcore leftist. That's for sure.
Oh, that's the best.
It's like when you tell someone that you met Alice Cooper in person. Oh yeah, then they're like, "What? He what?"
Isn't he a little bit like isn't he a little? Oh man, I hope he's not listening to this. But Alice Cooper, that's the guy with the makeup, right?
Yeah.
School's out for summer. That's the only line that I know from the song.
I can't remember if that was one of his songs or not.
Wait, when does Quarters?
I remember this
Kitchen
other song that was his, but I'm not sure if that was his.
Wait, when does Quarters Kitchen and Tap have their open mic?
What's that?
When does Corridor Kitchen and Tap have their open mic nights?
Corridor Kitchen has their open mics on Mondays at 8 p.m. from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And
that's the same as John. That's the same time Johnny's Blitz has it. And
that's the same time Harsh is gonna go up there and crack some jokes out to everyone.
Maybe later. I don't know yet.
Hey, yeah. I wanted to ask that earlier. Harsh, have you do you do comedy? Or I think we had this conversation.
I think I did some sets at O'Neill's once.
Yeah.
I think I did a set or two at O'Neill's. It was a fun.
How'd it go?
First time wasn't too bad. First time was pretty good considering it was Memorial Day weekend. Everyone's just there to have fun. So they're like, oh, that's not too bad. And then like the second time I was at O'Neill's, the first set was all right. And then the second set was just terrible because I was like, yeah, I don't care anymore.
Okay, so
I do have some footage of me doing comedy at a studio in Iowa way back when. So yeah.
Well, first of all, respect and props, because that's something I've personally been wanting to do for low key for a long time. But yeah, I still haven't pulled the trigger on that. And then second is so was that one of those moments for you when you kind of like you build it up in your head, imagining all sorts of scenarios of how it's going to go down, and when you actually do it, you realize nobody gives a fuck, you know?
Well, one, there's that, and two, when I went up there like Memorial Day weekend last year for comedy, I'm just, you know what, I don't want to be around. You know, let me just get away from my family members for a few hours, and let me just do some comedy and then come back. And because I had done it before in Iowa, the same set. And the thing I notice is that the more humiliating the moments in your personal life are, in your life in general, the better comedy it is. So just think of the most irritating moments in your life and just go on stage and just say those with the punchline, and it should be funny. It's
like, and I know that's true, yeah.
Right. And when I go on stage and I talk about how Jay supposedly hates his best friend, even though he can't get away from him long enough, you know. Friends like that who needs enemies. Hey, well, my best friend's a pathological liar. Well, he's your best friend, so wouldn't that make you a liar? Damn it.
No.
Guilty by association. Yeah, they're that time it applies. Yeah.
No. It's from right there, I don't allow like that. So
you stand your ground with your own,
since he's
values. Exactly. Virtues. I like that word, man. I didn't really appreciate it until I got out of the military. I never knew what that word was, and that's a heavy word. Fucking virtue.
What? You were in the military?
Yes. I was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Oh man.
Thank you for your service.
I didn't do any hardcore stuff. I wasn't one of those guys that went out there and made a difference. I was just behind the scenes.
Hey, I got someone on my team. He did the same thing. As soon as they found out that he has to wear glasses and contacts at the same time, No.
Mm,
He didn't see no combat, nothing.
yeah. And one of the things that somebody in the military said is some staff sergeant that I met randomly just one time, and he said, if it's not in your cards, it's not in your cards. And man, that kind of like hit home, helped me understand like the reality. You know, what? Yeah, no.
What matters the most is that you created something that you're wanting to do and that you love the most. Right?
Yeah, I guess it makes sense in my life looking back because I would have never. I'm a hippie at heart, so like to me it's very. I always when I think about it, I'm like, how the hell did I manage to get through 7 years of like the military and but now at 34, reflecting backwards, it makes sense because what I'm doing, and man, this is hard to talk about because I don't do things like this, like share my personal.
Well, that's why it's
Well,
Friday. You can talk about
well,
anything you want.
well, I do it in songs, but that's in code, and sometimes it's. I mean, you really can't guess if it's biographical or not. Um, but yeah, just leadership is the biggest thing that I got out of the military, and I connect the dots now looking back because I see it how essential it is, not only in the real world, but um in the music, and that has been the biggest thing where I can see where naturally I can apply my own skills and you know
Yeah.
into something productive, so and I never thought I would be able to kind of blend the two together, military experience and music, but man, uh I see the advantage that I have
Yeah.
going to even going to the open mics and been jamming with some musicians, and a lot of the times like the songs, open jams, they'll go on forever, and it's just a matter of, and nobody knows really when to end a song unless somebody takes the leadership role and to get everybody on the same page and finish the song at the same time,
Exactly.
so I see that there's leadership opportunities in situations, simple situations like that, and I guess I'm able to I guess manipulate the energy, and the dynamic of the sound of the music. And that's what's been really exciting and fun. And I never really thought I'd be able to do something like that. But it all just comes down to,
Right.
really exploiting your own,
It does.
tapping into your own potential, and my thing is that potential has been hindered, or it's been limited by my addiction to smoking cannabis ever since I got out of the military. And that's what I've been working on the past few years. I did my best to work on the music, but I realized that the music was going to be impossible to get it to where I want to get it to if I don't handle the whole vices thing. So I kind of re redirected my energy and my efforts to yeah, overcome this addiction and just get my life together again, because yeah, right now I'm not in a good place. And that's
Well,
also it's kind of hard for Sunday, because it's like
right.
I'm struggling, man. I'm barely making ends meet and making it by, and
Yeah.
I'm supposed to show up with a smile on my face and
But you want to know the ironic part about it, about all this? Like, while in your real life, you're talking about how these are your struggles and your issues. But the thing is, the same things out of your struggles and your issues in your real life could also be your inspiration for your music.
and that is the trippy part because
Yeah.
it has. And now how, how do I live with myself with that new identity, and not only that, but sharing it with people?
Yeah. Well,
so right now it's been a roller coaster ride, and this whole trying to fulfill this destiny that I believe of becoming a musician or an artist or.
No, you are a musician and you are an artist.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's just hard for me to believe it. You know, that's the truth. But I think the harder I work and the more progress that I make, the more it's becoming more real or easier to believe.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing my best to be able to manage to stay in the game long enough to hopefully see something because that'd be nice, man.
It would be, and I think you definitely have a bright future ahead of you. No matter what happens this Sunday, you definitely have a bright future because I like watching you guys play music. I love being there, and it's kind of weird how you talk about how you use your music to to talk about the issues at hand. But part of the reason I love getting into music, where I was singing at karaoke or singing at open mic or watching you guys at open mic as like talented music like yourself perform at open mic, is trying to get away from all this. Is like, hey, let's have some fun. Let's listen to some music. And then it doesn't matter like what the source is. It's just as long as it's good. Like
I agree.
there's
I agree.
like there's people who sing with a smile on their face that are so fucking terrible they can't even like hit a note properly. And then
But
there's
yet that's what you enjoy the most out of that. That's what I've enjoyed the most, just because they managed to make me laugh, you know. And what do they say about people that people don't remember you by what you do for them, but they remember you by the way you make them feel.
exactly.
And that is like, yo,
And
How you guys
speaking
doing?
of people who do that with speaking of who are able to make people feel better about themselves with their music and other things, our guy Wesley Jeffrey.
Live right
yeah.
now?
We are live as we
Scoping
speak.
scoping out Primal Moon right now, man. They're tearing it down at Black Dog Vinyl, whatever the fuck. So I know
really?
he's spinning on the show, but don't want to interrupt. Just checking in, you know.
Oh no, it's great to have you on here because
Great to be
you've already
here.
missed the eventful parts. Don't worry.
Your timing is really good. We were
It
just talking
actually
about
is.
people that make other people feel good through their music. And I gotta say this, especially since you're on, because I think it's important for you to hear this. You're one of the reasons why what prompted this feeling get for me in midst of like all this turmoil that I go through on a daily basis. And a lot of getting out of me, and I'm the same way, Harsh. I
Mental
need
health
to
can
get
be
out
a
of the
bitch, bro.
house. Was that? Yeah. I get out of the house. I get out of the. I sometimes I have to get out of the house because like I'd be losing my mind, like with, you know, just being here, and sometimes family gets to you because you just can't see eye to eye on things, and so I spend a lot of time at home. So, and this is a weird thing. I don't know why. When I in that specific moment when I was just really down from being at home, I woke up and I just had the song in my head playing, "Catching Lightning in a Bottle." And when I don't have weed, I'm in a very hard place because I can't shake off that feeling of despair. But the music, but that's the next best thing, music. And sure enough, I may not have weed, but I have YouTube, thankfully, So I go and throw on I either was at home because I listened to it. That song has saved me several times, several episodes. I was either at home and I just turned on the TV and I listened to it, and then just the lyrics, because it's the message, and it's relevant to what we're going in life, what we're going through at life. And and the lyrics, and thankfully those lyrics have like they're written in a metaphor that helps somebody out of a hopelessness state of mind to a hopeful state of mind. That's a beautiful thing, man.
Are you seeing this of Catching Lightning?
Yeah.
Dude, wow. I honestly have gotten burnt out on that song, man. So like I appreciate it. That song was released October of 2021. And then I got depressed. And speaking of mental health, bro, 14 months of my life, I was depressed, being elaborated on by every goddamn big pharma pill. Psych ward twice last year. I wanted to ask if I don't know where you're at in your broadcast. Can I bring a musician in that I believe in that I just met?
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Absolutely. Yes. The more the
you're gonna
merrier.
hear the Primal Moon really quick in the background.
All right. Under these circumstances, the more the merrier.
Appreciate it.
We won't get into why I'm saying that's the case, but that's for those who want to watch on repeat. You'll figure that out. Anyway, but I mean, there were times when I was in activism and I did get tired of people. I would make parodies of certain songs. Like there was this guy who was a complete degenerate. You remember the Standing Rock movement way back when?
Standing. Was that in Colorado?
That was in like the Dakotas.
Dakotas, yeah.
I was in Standing Rock Sioux Tribe. Anyway, we found out about this one guy who was a complete degenerate. Like he would pretend to be a nice guy, a progressive, a leftist, and all this stuff, but he would go from like every disaster area and just steal money from people, steal their furniture, and like rape women. He was just a terrible piece of shit.
All right.
And so because of that, I created a song. I actually wrote a parody using like Rick Astley's like Never Gonna Give You Up, and I called it Ed Higgins Gonna Hit You Up.
All right. Guys, this is Harsh. This is Jacob. This is Anthony.
Hey, what's up?
All right.
What's up, guys?
We're in the band Color Me Amused.
Let's go over here so we get here better.
Oh shit! Well, why didn't they stay longer? We gotta have a fun conversation.
I hate to walk away from Primal Moon Live, but I just wanted you guys to get a moment on here.
How's it going?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get, damn it. All right. I want you to hear him so you can respond. Sorry to be like a burden right now, Harsh.
No, it's all good. Anyway, to finish up the story, it went like with Ed Higgins, it was Ed is gonna hit you up, he's gonna pin you down, he's gonna run around and escape you. And if you think, he's gonna make you cry, he's gonna tell you lies, he's gonna pin you down and rape you. So that was the name of that was the lyrics of the song. Way back when. And like it caught on and everyone started trolling him with that. Because he was such a piece of shit.
Viral?
No, I didn't go viral, and I didn't even like officially record it. I just sang it on like certain live streams and we just went nuts.
Real quick, I want you
if you dig it up, I'd like to see
to plug their brand. Tell people where to find you.
Yeah, anyway, let's and more positive news.
On
Primal
Instagram,
Moon.
that's and also find us on Squarespace. Just type in Color Me Amused on Google and we show up. I promise.
All right, actually, now that you guys are here, Primal Moon, how'd you get to where you all are at today?
Primal Moon's currently
playing. They're playing right now.
This is Color Me.
I'm missing them right now.
All right, how did I'm sorry, not Color Me now, not Primal Moon, Color Me. How did you get to where you guys are at today? Like, what got
Color
you?
Me Amused?
Yes, Color Me Amused.
Flute.
Yeah. Playing a lot of skin flute. Yeah, jerking off and like wishing we could meet hot girls, and we still jerk each other off every now and then. But
as long as it's consensual, it's okay.
Is it consensual?
The best bands also.
Right.
The best bands are non-consensual.
No. Oh, no.
Are you going to be able to play one of their songs
Ed
now?
Higgins is back. No.
Or is that like overstepping? I'm in a ball of energy right now.
Oh my god.
What's that?
I'll take that as a no.
Well,
But
that was awesome.
I just want to say, Julio, I am kind of upset you hung out with Reyes before me and taught him cool blues techniques that I need to learn from you about guitar.
Okay. I owe you one. We'll hang out.
Much love. Unless you have much to
yeah, but on a serious note, we all kind of just met. We worked together at the same sandwich shop. We fucking waited.
Really cool.
We hated working there, and I saw this kid has a tattoo on his wrist where's the bass clip?
Majora's Mask, bro.
You have left, no?
Like some Tenacious D when they like bend over and show their head.
Doesn't even know me, guys. I don't even know him. He's the wrong fucking guy. This isn't Anthony. He's a fucking clone. He's a fucking clone, dude.
AI taking over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of tattoos, not a bass clef. My bad. He's got a lot of tattoos. And anyway, so Christian, Anthony, and I all worked at the same sandwich shop. I was like, this kid looks cool. Does he play bass? Because we needed a bass player. Now he plays guitar, but that's a totally different story. We just got along, the three of us, and Monica was ripping it on drums, and we had a good run before COVID. Fuck COVID, and now we're back. We're doing it. We're out here. We're trying to play a show like every weekend. So tomorrow we're actually in Wisconsin in Elkhorn. So and at Pit Stop 67.
Heard good things about that place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know guys in the Kenosha scene like Saint Tragedy and
Oh hell yeah.
Mine's a low singer to my tattoo actually. But gentlemen, get back to your show. Much love and
Oh, okay. Well, you can still stay on. It's all good. I mean,
good to see you, Wes.
Good to see you too. See you Wednesday. Actually, see you. I don't know if he's gonna be here on Sunday at O'Neill's. Not see him so. God, I like going.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Oh, just degeneracy in people. I think I finished that story up. Like I used to write parodies of songs just because I got tired of certain people. Like got tired of certain like rapists and pedophiles. And there was another song I wrote using another Rick Astley thing, like Together Forever. And it's like, and I think the lyrics went along the lines of Ed Higgins, that rapist, that scammer, that fraud. Ed Higgins, that rapist, that fraud. He steals money from you, steals your furniture too. That's why his victims are all abroad.
That's good, man. That is good.
You know. Yeah, there's one song, and then the other song I remember. Yeah, I might as well sing Ed Higgins gonna hit you up. He's gonna strip you down. He's gonna run around and escape you. Ed is gonna make you cry. Ed is gonna tell you lies. He's gonna pin you down and rape you.
Who's the original? I like that one. Who's the original singer of that song? What's the name of that song?
It was Rick Astley, but never gonna let you down. Together forever, and it just kind of caught on my head because he's such a gross bastard. It was just like.
I know I've seen that in a movie, like as a skit, as a parody skit.
Yeah, no, it was a meme for a while. It was a whole meme for a long time. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like music is just a great way. The arts are just a great way to get everything,
Yeah.
I make yourself feel better, get all this toxicity out because you're just being real and being authentic. It's not it's not like fake, toxic positivity or any or that fake emotions or anything. It's just like
Yeah, I was just gonna say that is a healthy, productive way to channel some of those negative feelings. And man, if I had like the natural inclination to write songs like as parodies, I don't think I've ever tried to write a parody. I mean, I have the thoughts every now and then, but I never follow through with them, So I just think it's cool when that's comedians, man. Like, I dig comedians because the whole sharing your personal life that takes balls, man.
Yeah,
I'm stressing out right now, like songwriting, and like I ask myself a lot: is this too personal? Am I really gonna? A lot of the overthinking.
Right. The thing is, when you do stuff like that, you gotta wonder: do I want to make this? Do I want to not piss people? Do I want to avoid pissing people off, or do I want to like put myself in a better mental space, so to speak, or just at least like have some fun with this? Because they're like. I remember one time I went on stage. I think Scott is here for Scott. You still here? If not, it's okay. Anyway, I remember going on stage and I said something on the lines of I was just meandering through some of the show at O'Neill's. Mm-hmm. And then meandering through some of the set. Hey, how you doing? Everything's great. It's great to be here. My family. I'm so glad to be here at the end of the world. And God, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. I'm such a schmuck. And then I said, at least that's what my ex says. And they're like, oh. And I think of what some along the lines of. And then my ex, she was such a Caucasian. It's like, you're from Chicago. You're from Chicago. How come you don't eat pizza? Oh, I forgot. It doesn't have enough curry on it.
What?
And then I said that was so white I could smell the mayonnaise.
That was a horrible
from her
joke.
vagina.
That was a horrible punchline, horrible delivery. Like,
right. And I said that was so white I could smell the mayonnaise coming out of her vagina. It's like, oh.
Somebody had to say it.
No. The rest of the set was decent after that. I'm like, you know what? I can't wait to be here for the end of the world, and I'm happy for you. God bless you. Have a great rest of your week. And that was it. I just left it. I left O'Neill's after that. I didn't even stay for the drinks. I'm like, see y'all later. Bye. Then I cracked some
You ever think like cynicism? Maybe that's where we're supposed to end up in life. Like that's what we're supposed to learn, and then life just becomes infinitely easier. Yes. Or is that the definition of what do they call it? A narcissist or a tyrant, or what are those words? Those damn words that are out there right now, and the fad of what the new fad of this generation is. Oh man, it's one thing I can't stand.
A pessimist or a cynic?
Yes, I think cynic, maybe pessimist. Hey, yo!
Primal Moon and Wesley! Well, I want to hear them sing.
There's no audio.
No, there's not.
Primal Moon. That name is badass.
Yeah, that is a badass name.
Called Primal Distortion by MXR. It was heavy rock. It was like really good.
Where they perform? Black Dog Vinyl Cafe, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tell me if you want me to get off my gesturing.
You good? Nice.
That's dope.
That's good showmanship right there.
He does.
That's working the crowd. That's important.
That's how you work the crowd.
Yeah. See? That's what's up. I like seeing that.
Yeah. Well, the sound quality was better. But
yeah. But I
blame iPhones for that. I don't blame anything else.
See, this is good for people to know. That's what open mics are about, man. Just like you got people that are just willing to be share their most vulnerable selves, you know. And when you see that, that's contagious, man. You just want to be a part of it, you know, because how fake of a world do we live in today, man?
Very fake. Very fake.
So this is my call to action to the local community. Come out, just come out. If you are tired of the fakeness and you just want to get around some real, raw, authentic, like vulnerable, genuine people.
Yes, absolutely.
And not just for the music, but comedy artists. There's all sorts of different artists, you know, jugglers, and you see there's all sorts of it. There's all sorts of
everything that isn't the grind, man. If you think about it,
yeah.
Everything that you enjoy outside of work is art. The thing just froze up on me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So were you playing? Are you part of that band, Wes? I can't keep track of how many bands or projects you're in.
The singer, me and the singer we actually played it at O'Neill's pub the day after he wrote and recorded it.
Oh wow!
Can I ask you guys a question now that
Sure.
Going back and forth with whether or not to call my album "Welcome to the Shit Show" because I have a very 1980s MTV brat as a mentor who's like the real deal back then. He's still relevant. He's telling me that it's a negative idea and it would be an issue to get on the radio.
Is that Julio?
Yeah, this is the radio right now, man.
Oh shit. Yo, what's up, Radio Land? How you doing?
This is Rob. We're doing good.
Extraordinaire. How you doing, bud?
Yeah, we
up, Rob?
doing good. It's
Berto.
What up? We're just chilling on this Friday.
I'm gonna pull a Jim Morrison when he was like, "Girl, I can't get much higher," and just pull the trigger on the shit show. Already recorded the title track, but
let me ask you this, man. When you think of that name, do you say to yourself, "That's me"?
Do I think what?
Do you think you're to yourself, "That's me" when you think of that name?
Yeah, I think it's on brand for Half-Life Crisis, and I think like mental health is a shit show, and recording
Yeah,
with
I would go with it.
Yeah, then I would suggest also, just stick with that.
I would go with the based on the I would go with the based on the fact that you either.
This is where I become an advocate, man.
Exactly.
Don't let people on the outside try to tell you what you know is the right thing on the inside. Right. Even if sometimes it's conflicting or contradicting, you'd be surprised when you follow through on the thing that you feel inside, and sometimes it's completely irrational, illogical. Believe me,
right?
I fucking know, man. But if it's there for a reason. Now, I don't know.
And besides,
you really got to use discernment. You really got to just take your time with it, you know?
Well, one, there's that. And two, you never want to regret not doing something.
Right.
I don't regret the name at all. The video plan, the album cover plan, and we already recorded the single with a viral ass rapper named Steve, you know?
Yes. Yeah, you want to stick to the title. You said, "Welcome to the shit show," because you go with anything else, you're gonna resent yourself, and you're gonna resent the people who told you forever. Or a long.
That's fair.
At least
I mean, that's fair.
I don't know about forever because that's a relative term these days, but a long fucking time.
Because I know you like talking about boomers, millennials. Millennials have all been for it. Boomers have been like, you know.
I need an education class on the difference between all the generations because I don't even know what I am, and I'm this far into the whole generation labeling thing.
You're a millennial, my friend.
Well, for
You're
instance,
a millennial.
Yeah. Wait, when were you born?
88.
Yo, you're a millennial. You're fucking
millennial. What does that mean?
What
do they say about millennials? What's the word on the grapevine? What's the grapevine word?
We're entitled bastards.
Right.
Oh,
yeah, we're entitled bastards. I mean, I tell people I'm a lot younger, but I'm actually only a year older than you, Julio. So yeah.
How old is everybody here? I'm 30.
I'm 34.
No shit. You're very youthful, man.
Yeah, I'm 36. I
tell people you look like 90. Sorry to say it to you.
Yeah, no. I'm so old. I know. I'm so old.
To be like 30, if not late 20s.
My brother's age. 35. 36. I think he's 36 now. You have a baby face, though, Wes. So you got that going for you.
Wes is what, 30? Wes, I think, is 32.
He's 30. I think he said 30, right?
30, yeah.
Dirty 30?
And then Scott is 69 years old. So
69?
He's 44. No. He's actually a Gen Xer because he was born in 79, but the way he acts sometimes, I'm like, he's a 80-year-old man.
It was finally awesome to meet Scott because me and him, I felt like we in the group chat when you added me and him got along really well from them.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I just wanted to say to both of you, I appreciate like how much effort and consistency you place in this project that is the CSHR. And I look forward to working with you guys further.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you know,
sincerely, this all started because I offered to smoke you up, and here we are.
I know, right? He was like, "Hey, man, want some weed?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" It's a nice
everyone
Sunday.
Up, man. It's my thing. Why, like, you know, if you got to give it away, fuck.
It's Sunday afternoon. Richard Max here. I could use a few use a few puffs.
Speaking of which, if I'm ready to turn in for the night and do my nightly rituals.
Hey, I hope to see you both at O'Neill's and you both have a great night.
Oh yeah. I was about to say we got to meet it this Sunday, right, at O'Neill's.
Do it, man. I'm gonna.
We could do some pre-show. We could do some pre-show stuff. You know what? Yeah, you know, if we get there like 5, we could, or 4:30 or 5, we could definitely do like some pre-show things for CSHR and all that too. So
let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm on board. And in regards to the group, I'm not, and to be honest, I'm not really entirely sure what I'm a part of, but I feel good about it. And like, I don't know all the details of how the page works and the technicalities of like promoting and stuff, but yeah, I'm excited to be here and to be a part of it. And thank you.
I'm excited for both of you to be a part of this. Hopefully, we're a part of this for a long time.
This is some life-changing shit you threw my way, dude. We're gonna help a lot of good artists, man. I already got like tons of local artists queued up for next week's show. You're gonna love this shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally, my dreams are coming true.
Yeah.
I use this help with this platform to support local artists. And I used to bug BCA about that shit, and some of the others. I'm like, guys, you complain about some of these older artists. Like, you guys complain about not being exposed, getting exposure, but when you get exposure, you complain. Right.
Yeah.
No, I love all of them, but I love you all the most. So yeah, I can't wait. I do have respect for Joe said Casey for coming on the show back in the day.
Nice.
He was on like a year and a half ago. We did a few shows together, so that was kind of cool.
Before I forget, I wanted to I wanted to let you know I have a friend who's like on the fence of becoming a comedian.
Okay.
And if it'd be cool with you, I'd love to suggest to bring her on, and
yeah, absolutely, of course.
Maybe we could motivate her, encourage her to just at least get an open mic and try her luck.
Speaking of comedians, we do have someone. I might be doing I might be interviewing a comedian tomorrow night from his show in the city.
So, oh, nice.
Yeah,
I got a studio recording session at 1, but I should be free depending on what time it is. I can just go. I can hop on my phone. Is it gonna be like this, like a show?
Oh, it'll be like we're going to that show in the city at like 9 or 10 p.m. So
okay,
it's not during the day, but yeah. Robert says maybe it's just me, but Julio looks younger than he is. Well, yes, I had him for his 20s. I didn't have him for 35.
Well, he didn't see he didn't see this.
No,
and that's why we part to the side, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why I fade mine away.
I'll be there in a few years.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, on that note, Sunday. That's going to be a very big day, isn't it?
Sunday.
Part of me wants to just go home and take it and go to sleep. Another part of me wants to just go home, like in the expression, not the action. Wants to just eat some dinner, go to sleep. Another part of me just wants to hop in a car and just go to Black Dog Vinyl Cafe to see some of the post show happenings.
I feel the same way, except I want to make my way down to Westmont Spring Festival. The band Whoosh is performing at 10:30. Tonight.
Are you serious?
I really wanted to go catch them, but I was like, I'll catch you guys next time because I wanted to jump on this and.
Well, if it's over, then
they're done at 10:30. And
are they done at 10:30? They started at 10:30.
They started at 8. They finished at 10:30.
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it in time. Yeah.
That's okay.
I haven't even showered. I just got back. I came straight from the gym, and there's no way I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, I came straight from my walk as well, so I'm just wearing a t-shirt and shorts. I'm not even. But yeah, that's why I look so.
Hey, how was your walk?
It was good. It's always good to get in touch with nature.
Yeah.
And walk up hills. So how many sets you did today?
Like barely anything. It's crazy because since I've had the herniated discs and on my back, and I haven't worked out like I used to back a long time ago, and I miss it. And I try to work out like that, but my joints, like those herniated discs, I end up injuring myself or pulling a muscle, and then I have to take a break. And it's just repetitive cycle. So now I've had to become a very serious student of stretching and light. What do they call it?
Calisthenics.
Yeah, exercises that are not so like heavy on the tendons and joints. Yeah, body exercises, and it sucks because, man, I love weights. I love yeah.
Well, anyway, this has been been a rather interesting show tonight. We actually got the news part of CSA CrayolaSec News Harsh Reality tonight, and I wasn't even planning for that. And we got the music and the arts and the discussion. So this was fun, man. I can't wait to do a show with you like this on Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday, that's gonna be your official show when you host it. So
okay.
So we're gonna have a lot of fun. Just come up with a good name for it. That's all we ask.
Yeah, I think most likely we'll go with B Chronicles. I really like that.
That's good. That's a good name. All right. And on that note, this has been another edition of the Harsh Reality. This is Harsh Med signing out. We thank Julio Venegas for joining us. We thank TPA's own Jay Foncannon for joining us, and we also thank Wesley Jeffrey for joining us on short notice from the Black Dog Final Cafe. Oh yeah. So take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your Friday night, and remember, life is harsh, but also live it. And sometimes you got to color outside the lines. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your Friday night, and tune in tomorrow night when we are going to be live streaming from Rahul and Ron's comedy showcase in the city. At I want to say 9:30 or 10 Central tomorrow night. So we might do some other.
Get in? Is there a cover to get in?
It's like a $10 cover, but I could get you another ticket if I could get a ticket for you if you want to come in.
Yeah, actually, I do. I
All
would
right,
like
yeah.
to. If that's
word. All right then.
All right.
Then we're gonna have even more people on YouTube before that. There you go. Take
More
care.
the merrier.
Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your week.
You too.
Have a great rest of your evening.